How's that relate to your child? Here's what we do. We take a perfect athlete pyramid. The building block, we take a pyramid. There's no other stronger architectural structure, so we take a pyramid. We make the bottom as big as we can do it. That means, how does her elbows work? What's her eyesight like? What's her rotation of the shoulder? Does she have one hip tighter than the other? Does she sleep a certain way? Does she always have shin splints every year for the first 2 weeks of the season? Do we keep worrying about this sore knee? That's what's called the functional base, or the movement base. That's the biggest it can go. On that, a little bit smaller, is your extra performance skill set. That's a lot of times where I come into play. How fast is she? How strong is she? What the ligament and tendons look like? Are they, be able to slow down and stop, change direction? That's their performance. And on top of this, Ernie wouldn't like to hear that, but on top of that is your actual skill set. That's last. That's the smallest piece. So I've got a huge base, this functional base. I've got a good body. I make that body athletic, and then I make that athletic body into a basketball player. And at the end of the day, we slap them on the butt and we say, go play. What you see typically, though, unfortunately, what you're seeing is that it's that pyramid flipped upside down. Please report to the high school office you're going to play basketball this year. You go up, look at their eyes, yep, look in your ears, high five, go take the floor. Typically, if you see that that's their functional base. Does anything hurt on you? No. Well, you must be healthy then. Then you go to the next phase, the actual performance. Let's run gassers, let's run gassers. You guys missed 8 out of 10 foul shots. Let's run 2 more gassers. Ball's out of bounds, you guys lost next week. Let's run 4 more gassers. We don't do that. As a side note, I never punish an athlete with fitness. Because if I take you every day, and let's say you play lacrosse, and every time you miss something or you drop a ball, you have 10 push-ups, and your season's over and your athletic career's over, how many push-ups do you think you'll do the rest of your life? Probably not that many. My brother-in-law was one of the best wrestlers in the state of Pennsylvania, and he hasn't ran, and he'll claim it's been 15 years since he sprinted, because every time he lost, that's all he had to do is sprint. They equate punishment with fitness. We don't want to do that, okay? So if the girls are doing something that's not kosher with me, I come over, put my arm around her and say, listen, here's what we're going to do. What we don't say, go run, go do this. Worst thing you can do that is go shoot foul shots because they'll get tired. Perfect athlete pyramid. They have this small base underneath of them. They run these gassers, so the pyramid's starting to teeter already because the base is too small. And what do we do? Skill set. If you look at your daughter right now, think about it. How many times she went to somebody specifically for the game of basketball outside of the high school here versus how many times they've came and seen somebody like me? Your ratio is probably not real good. So what do you take? Here's your skill set. You say more basketball. Well, she needs to improve her foul shot. So let's go find somebody to shoot a foul shot. Well, her defensive slide's not good. Well, let's improve that. So here comes this big skill set. By the time she gets to competition, it's either going to teeter and it's going to fall. Heaven forbid it's an injury. A lot of times it happens. So your key topic right there is development takes time. This is a developmental process, and it's not going to happen overnight. And I correlated the same thing. It takes you 13 years, including kindergarten, to graduate high school. That happens for a reason. Now, you have the brains that'll skip 4 or 5 classes, but how long do they come along? Not very often. Kids aren't going to be able to come in the first day, and you're going to say, well, we did 2 weeks of strength training. Now we're ready for speed work. And then in a total of 8 sessions that I'm here, I can't work miracles. I'll try like the devil to work miracles, but it's probably not going to happen.